if you already have a Facebook account, you can also use that. If you have a Microsoft like Hotmail account, you can also sign up using that. So you don't have to like create like different accounts and different passwords. You can just sign up using your current email service already. Okay, so I'm just going to log in and says you're prepared for awesomeness here. Okay, so just give it a quick minute. There you go. Okay, so this is the main page, the home page of Kahoot. Okay, so let me just give you a quick tour of the main page. So here you have the menu bar where you have the home link here, and next to the home bar, the home link, you can click here, and this is where you can discover different types of Kahoots that are available for everybody to use. And bear in mind that all of these are free, so you can choose any Kahoot. So imagine that this is like a search bar, like a Google search bar, for activities that you can do in class. So this is a bank of activities that you can choose. And as you can see here, there are so many Kahoots that are created by teachers, educators, people from even like normal, like man on the street, who was interested to give quizzes or things like that. And there's a whole list here, and they are all divided nicely, and they are all grouped, according to interests and school subjects, university subjects. Some people have math and baseball. So you can see a collection from different teachers, educators. Okay, so yeah, you can click on any one of them, and they are all free for you to use. So if you want to design your own Kahoot activity, you can also do that. And this here is the list of Kahoot activities that I have made. So as you can see, there are not many here. That's because that I find that there are already a lot of Kahoots that I could use in my classroom. And I'm sure, regardless of what you teach, what level, what age group, I'm sure you can find a Kahoot or Kahoots that are relevant to your classroom or to your lesson. Yeah. So the list of Kahoots, and when you play Kahoots with your students, you can get reports. Okay, like if I were to maybe just show you an example of a report. No, this is an example of a test. So they'll give you a report like this, so how many people in the Kahoot activity played and got correct, how many players there are, the number of questions, the time that's needed that you need to play. And then it will also give you like questions that are difficult, that your students or your participants find that they are difficult, and you can see that not many of them get correct. So these are what we call difficult questions, questions that students find difficult. The players and their scores, their ranking, how many questions that they didn't answer, and after your participants or students play a Kahoot activity, they can also give feedback. Okay, so of course there isn't any feedback in this Kahoot, but if they want, they can actually give feedback. Yeah. Now, maybe some of you, after you play an activity, you would like to have it recorded somewhere. So what you can do is you can actually download these reports, and you can maybe file them, or you can also print them out and then just put them in your folder or something like that, just to keep a record of the things that you've done, and the things that you want to review back, and the next one is groups. This is where you can collaborate with other teachers. You can create groups. So if you don't have to work alone, you don't have to work on your own and feel that, oh, I have to do everything on my own. No, you don't have to do that. You can create a group like with maybe like you have like teachers who teach like the same subject or the same level or the same group of students. You can create your own groups and you can work together with other teachers and you can make your own set of Kahoots. So you can name that group and you can put a little bit of a description here. Okay, so let's go back home. And so here is where you have like a simple profile. And these are things that are posted by Kahoot, the Kahoot system itself, where maybe they have like important announcements, some news over here, and a list of your Kahoots that you have created, some suggestions of Kahoots here, and your reports. Okay, so right now, I think what we can do now is that we can, I can move on to showing you how to create a Kahoot, because maybe some of you are thinking, oh, making it looks very complicated. Actually, it's not. Creating a Kahoot is relatively simple. If you know how to make Microsoft Word documents, if you know how to work around your apps, your WhatsApps, so or the MySejahtera app, I'm sure you can create your own Kahoot. So when you click on create, a Kahoot will give you two options. The first option is to use one of the templates. Yeah? So there are quite a number of templates here that you can choose depending on what is your objective of your Kahoot, or what is the objective of your lesson, what exactly do you want to do. So you can choose one of the templates, or you can create a Kahoot from scratch. Okay, so for this purpose, I'm just going to click on new Kahoot, create a fresh one, just to show you how easy it is to create a Kahoot. And this is the page that you will see when you create a fresh blank Kahoot. And so as you can see here, the screen here is not cluttered at all. There are a few things here, and things are pretty intuitive. You have the space to type in your question, and then you have your answers at the bottom. So click to start typing your question. So you can just click on it, and then you can type up to 120 characters. So let me just for this purpose, maybe I'll just I'll make an example. What does ESEP stand for? Okay, what does ESEP stand for? And of course, after writing your question, of course, you can have some options to edit your question. You can bold it if you want. You can italicize your question, or maybe you can put like some, if you have like a mathematical question or questions that requires you to insert some formulas, and you can also put symbols in it. Yeah, but I'm just an English teacher, so all my questions are very simple questions. Yeah. So you can just type your question here, and you can insert your answers here. Okay, so add answer one. So I can just write maybe eat, sleep, and play. Or and a second answer, I can put English for specific purposes. And maybe one more, I can say English, maybe English. English is English is sad and pathetic. Is this ESEP? Yeah, pathetic. Okay, for example, just examples. Okay, don't go and tell everyone that I wrote like this. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to add another option, you can. Okay, so so after you've written down all your answers, of course you have to choose the answer. Yeah, and when you want to choose the answer, you can actually click on one of these. Yeah, so what's the answer to this question? Of course, the answer is eat, sleep, and play. Yeah? No, I'm just kidding. Of course not. The answer is English for specific purpose. So you have to select the answer. And what you can do is, other than typing out the answers, you can also insert a picture as the answer. So you can get creative here. You can put like real funny pictures, just to make things interesting. And you can also put a picture here just to sort of like support the question or like complement the question. Now, here is where it gets a little bit interesting. So in Kahoot, there is an image library, and Kahoot has a little partnership with this company called Getty Images. Getty Images produce, it's like a photo or image bank. Some of the pictures from Getty Images are not free. Some of them are you have to pay because of royalty and copyright issues. But with Kahoot, you can get all of them for free, all of them. And there, it says search millions, and there are millions and millions of pictures that you can use for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's not even 1 cent. They are all free. And these are not just like small or like poor quality pictures. These are real good quality pictures. Yeah. So if I were to type in, for example, university, okay. So these are the sample pictures that you can see. And as you can see, they are all like real good quality pictures. There are no watermarks. There are no like copyright issues with all these pictures. You can use any one of them. Yeah. So maybe I'll just choose one, and yeah, so it will add the image for you. Okay, if you don't like the image, you can remove it. Okay, and what you can also do is if you when you have decided on an image, you can also show it in terms of how the image will show. So you can show it like the image will slowly reveal itself. You can play a game with them. What does this picture show? You know, and then as the picture reveals itself, the student or the participant can choose the answer. Okay, so you can choose that it will be tiled up to 3 by 3 up to 8 by 8. So after you've done this, or you can just select this, okay, just for this purpose. You can also give a time limit. So you can give them 5 seconds to answer. Okay, if you want to create an activity that is um, uh, uh, you want to create an activity for lower level students, you want to give them more time. Okay, if you want to create an activity that is focused on accuracy, then you can give them the maximum time. Or if you want to test them, you know, a group of students who are much higher in level, then you can reduce the time. So I think 20 seconds, that's enough. You don't have to make any changes to the points. Yeah? And you can also give them a choice whether that question can have multiple answers or just a single answer. And once you're done with that, then you can add another question. So questions are not just limited to multiple choice questions. You can have true or false questions. So they'll give you 2 choices, or you can also have, okay, so if I were to select that, so you only have true or false, okay? Or if you want them to type their answers, okay, so you have a question, again, you can put your pictures and they can type in their answer here. And what you can also do is if there are more than one answers, you can click here and add other answers that are acceptable. So maybe some students, they want to use the capital letters, or some students don't. Okay, so you can type in like other answers that are acceptable. You can do that. And you can also create puzzles where if you have like a process of question, you can ask them to like rearrange, ask them, okay, which one is first or second or third and fourth, like a process kind of question. There are other questions that you can put, like polls. You can ask them, you can create surveys. I'm not going to go through all of them, but basically you get the idea. These are the things that you can on your own. Okay, because time, I'm just going to tell you that these are the things that you can do as a teacher. But not only that, even students can do this. Okay, we'll talk about that in a short while. And if you see here, so your list of questions will be listed down here. It's like this has like a also the general slides on the left, and then the individual slides on the main screen here. And if you see like number 2 here, right, you can see that there's a little exclamation. This is another thing that I like, because you know, sometimes when we are tired, or when we are in a hurry, or sometimes when we are not careful, yeah, we might miss a few things. And Kahoot will actually remind you with a little purple text box here that says, oh, you haven't added a question, you haven't selected at least one right answer. So I like this kind of notifications, you know, we forget or we're not careful to complete. Yeah. So these are the ways and the things that you can do when creating a Kahoot activity. And once you're done, you can enter some information about your Kahoot activity, can name it, and then you can put a little bit of a description here. And you can save your Kahoot to different groups. Remember, you have different groups here. You can save it where you like. And you can also put a YouTube link. You can link a YouTube video if you want. You can change the picture of the cover. You can also put some music. Then once you're done with all this, you can click done. Okay. Or talking about the image library, right? If you have your own picture, you can upload your own image. Just click here, and then you can go to that's my picture. You can see that. You can upload any pictures you like, or you can even put a YouTube link. So you can also put a YouTube video here, where you can just go to YouTube, copy the link, and paste it here. Some YouTube links, YouTube videos are very long, so maybe you don't need for your participants to watch the whole video. So you can actually select, maybe you want them to watch from a particular part of the video to a particular time of the video. They don't have to watch the whole thing. Yeah. Once you're done with it, you just click add, and it will show here. All right. Okay, wait, sorry, just a quick minute, yeah. Okay, any questions so far? Anybody? Anyone has any questions? If you have a question, you can switch on your microphone, or you can also type your question out on WhatsApp or the chat box, yeah? If there are none, then I think I want to do an activity with you. So in order to do that, I want all of you to switch on your cameras, and your microphone, and take out your mobile phone. Okay. Yes. Can I have everyone with your camera switched on? I can see more and more. Hey, Irene. Hey, Rajesh.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Right.
I have
Wow.
a question.
Yes.
Using Kahoot, is it free of charge?
Yes, it's free of charge. When you sign up, they will give you a choice of, oh yes, that's a very interesting question. Thank you. When you sign up, there are different kinds of packages that you can sign up. They have Kahoot Basic, and they also have a Kahoot Premium. Now, Kahoot Premium is the one that you have to pay. But you know what? When I sign up for Kahoot, I actually sign up for the basic one, which is the free one. But when the COVID-19 started, Kahoot actually allowed everybody to upgrade their Kahoot Basic to Premium. That means you get access to every single thing, and it's for free. And if you look at my screen, it still say here Kahoot Premium. Now, Kahoot actually gave a notification said that once the COVID-19 is over, then your account will go back to Kahoot Basic. But until today, I don't see they change my account back to basic, and it's still under premium. So I don't know if you were to sign up now, the basic one, I'm not sure if they can still give you that upgrade. So maybe you can give it a try. But just to let you know, Kahoot Basic is good enough. I don't see any major differences if you were to use Kahoot Basic or Kahoot premium? Thank you for asking that question.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now I can see many of you. Okay, so now I'm going to do an activity with you. Okay, so you can see that this is the main page, the home page, and let's do an activity together. Yeah, so I'm just going to discover, maybe let's do something to do with maybe COVID-19, because that's the hot topic now, right? COVID-19. So when I search for COVID-19, well, it will give me a lot of choice. Oh, look, so many people have come up with so many activities. So maybe I can maybe select one. But before I select this, I'm going to switch off my camera because I don't want you to look at the questions. In the meantime, I want you to take out your mobile phone. Okay. All right. Now, so if you okay, so if you look at the screen right now, when you I can't show you this. So this is an activity. You can see some of the questions at the back, but that's okay. So this is the major focus that I want to talk about today. When you play a Kahoot, right, you can play it with your students. That means teacher and student, or you can also choose this, assign. Now, this is the one that I find the most interesting. For some of the teachers say, oh, it's very teacher-centered. We can only do this in the classroom. We can only do it if we have a computer and a mobile phone. No, you can also get students to play the Kahoot at their own time, on their own pace, using only a mobile phone. They don't need a computer. So they can actually do it at home. Some students can be a bit faster than other people. Some students are slower. So they can, what do you call it? They can play at their own time, at their own pace. And some of them maybe they need more time. Yeah, so they can do it at their own time. And so when you click on assign, you can set the date and time when they need to finish it. If you want them to focus on accuracy, don't put the timer on. Okay, select it to off, because if you want them to be accurate, then you need to give them a little bit more time. You can also personalize training. And when you see here, right, some of these options that you can choose, maybe you are not sure what they mean. What you can do is you can hover your pointer to the question and it will give like a little explanation. You can see there's a little pop-up in black. It will give you a short description of what that is. So sometimes we are not familiar with the features. Kahoot will give you things like that so that it's easier. You can randomize answer order, and this is something that I like. Sometimes some of my students, they get very cheeky and they put really inappropriate nicknames when they play the game. So you don't want that to happen. You can actually select this, and so that the students will not put like bad words or something as their nickname. You know how I'm sure all of you teachers can relate to what I'm saying here. You know, some of the students can get real cheeky. And there's a player limit of 2,000 people. Okay, and once you're done, you create, and then you can send a link to your students. Okay, you can copy a URL here and send it to your students as a message, or you can send them through Facebook if you have, or even on Microsoft Teams. You can send them to their WhatsApp. Since they are using their phones, you can send them to the WhatsApp. You can change your deadline, or you can even test it out on your own. Yeah. So of course, we're not going to do this. I'm just going to go back to that Kahoot and we're going to play. So I'm going to get you to go to your phone, and I want you to go to the internet. Yeah, open your internet browser. Okay. If you look at my screen here, there are two ways you can play with your students. You can play it individually. You can get your students to play individually. Or if you are in a classroom where your mobile phone is allowed in the classroom or in the school, you can get them to play as a team. So you divide your students in teams of 2 or 3 or 4, and then they can play together. And there are also a few other what do you call it, options that you can choose. You can go through this on your own. They are pretty straightforward here. So just for today's activity, I'm going to click on Classic, where everybody will play individually. Okay, so look at the screen. Yeah, switch off. Okay. So when you go to this screen, right, the music will play. Now, I don't like the music actually because it's an earworm. So everybody, I want you to go to your web browser, go to this website, www.kahoot.it, go to this website and enter the game pin and enter your nickname now. Can you do that? I'll just give you a quick minute to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Some of you are really fast here. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Well, how many students, how many participants do we have? Okay, quite a lot there. So, okay, I'm just going to wait for everyone to join. Yeah.
We are looking at 22 participants.
22.
22.
Okay, all right. So there should be 22 players here then. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Right.
Kenny, just a reminder, you have another 10 minutes.
10 minutes is all we need. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Rainbow Dash. Great crab 13. Wow, it must be a crab fan lah. Okay. Okay, so I should have another 8 more participants or players. Okay. So just for this particular activity, okay, if you want to play it as a class like this, you can imagine that you can project this in the classroom. If you have like a projector in your classroom, or if you are doing a workshop like this, even in a physical workshop where you have PowerPoint presentation, you need the projector screen and the projector. You can project this on the screen and everybody can see each other. Oh, maybe you should switch off your microphones. Yes, you can leave your cameras on, but you can switch off your microphones. Yeah, thank you. Yes. I'm waiting for another 7 more players. Yes. Is everyone okay? Do you have any technical problems here? Yes? Anybody? Yes, Jennifer, yes. Sorry, Jennifer, I can't really hear you. Can you text, write a message on the Microsoft Teams? Thanks, because there's like some sort of interference. Yeah, thanks.
Kenny,
yes.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there a limitation to the number of players who can play in a Kahoot?
Yes, 2,000.
Oh.
Yes. You can have up to 2,000 players, but of course we don't have that many. Even our enrollment is not even 2,000. So you can play this with like a group of lecture students. You can play this with like maybe like in a secondary school. You can have maybe the whole of from 5 play, or a group of a whole group like from 3 students play at the same time. Yeah, you can get them to the hall, then everybody can play together. So 2,000 is quite a lot. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good question. Okay, I think maybe some of you, okay, because of time, maybe we can start. Yeah. So if you look at the screen, okay, so I'm just going to maybe put up the volume again, and let's start. Okay, so that's the topic. Yeah. Okay, now please be ready with your mobile phone. Okay, so that's the question. Okay, so we get the choice. Well, I guess some of you, 10 feet, yeah? Or some of you even chose 12 meters. Wow, that's a bit too far, yeah? Okay, never mind. So as you can see, these are the choices that you have to make, yeah? So when there's a multiple choice question, you can make a choice like this. And you can also show your media, but we don't have to do that. And you can actually take a pause, take a short while to maybe review the question and the answers with your participants or your students before we move on to the next question, okay? So you can have a choice to manually click next, or before the game, you can also choose to automatically go to the next question immediately after one question is finished. So let's see who are the ones who actually, so these scores are based on the answers that you get correct and the answer that you get correct the fastest, yeah? So Pinkie Pie is got it correct, yeah? Okay, good. You should always sneeze or cough into your tissue or your elbow. So this is a true or false question, yeah? Okay. Oh, wow, most of you got correct, yeah. Not your elbow, false. So someone actually chose false. Okay, so so you can see, Irene is moved to the top place, yeah, up 4 places. Okay. How long? Okay. So you can also skip the question if you want, yeah, because of time you can skip some other questions. Okay, some of you are thinking, okay, so most of you got it correct, yeah. So 1 minute, that's a bit too long, right? Okay, so let's see who's moved up. Okay, I can see some of you are moving up the ladder. Irene is still at first place. Okay. Always disinfect your station and work area. Okay, so I think by now, most of you, or maybe even all of you, would get a hang of how Kahoot works already, right? And so you can see that it's a pretty interesting and how it can appeal to the participants. Yeah. This is pretty straightforward, right? This should take like just a couple of seconds actually. Maybe some of you are thinking, nah, don't stay at home. Okay, next. Oh, someone is really going up. Yeah, Verminder, good job. Okay, we are halfway through. Who do you contact? Dr. Phil. I would choose Dr. Phil. That's the best answer. Yeah. All your friends. Two people actually chose Dr. Phil. Hey, no. Okay, so most of you should get it correctly. Oh, Irene is back. Okay, next one. Okay, it's not related. Oh, Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't choose that actually, but that means I would be wrong. Yeah. Okay. Wow, Irene is still at top place. Yeah. Okay. It's quite interesting, huh? Wear a mask if you're feeling bored. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, yeah, you're all of you got correct. That's great. Okay. All right. Question 9. What do you do? Like yes, that's right. Go see a doctor. Now, I noticed there's a grammar mistake here. Symptoms, so that's not correct. And China should be a capital C. So what you can also do is you can actually create a duplicate of this Kahoot activity, and then you can edit it on your own. So if you want to personalize it, you want to customize it, maybe you notice some mistakes or some information is wrong or not updated, you can do that. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Oh, okay. Second, not sure. No answers. No answer. You only have 3, 2, 1. So not everybody answered. Yeah, that's okay. All right. So yeah, that's false. Yeah. Okay. All right. Last question. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Now I know some of you ask if you accidentally choose the wrong answer. Yeah, I'm sorry, you cannot change your answer. Yeah, so you have to be careful. Yeah. Yes, you only have one chance to answer. Okay. All right. Good. So let's see who's the winner. Oh, at third place we have HD. Second place is handsome guy, and first place. So looking at that, so after the game that you play, then you have like a little report. You can ask your participants to give their feedback. You can click here, and this is just like an overview of the report. If you want, you can click here and look at the full report. Okay, so this notification is asking me to stop sharing the screen so that I can view the report privately if we don't want our participants to look at the report. But since everybody is here as teachers, then they will take you back to this page where you can look at the reports in detail. Yeah. Okay, so I think I can stop here. So basically, that's Kahoot, and showing you the basics. I'm sure like there are some of you who are more, what do you call that, creative than me. So you can do this with your students, traditionally teacher and student. But as I said earlier, you can select play and click on assign, where you can get students to do at home at their own time. But if students were to sign up, that means they can create their own Kahoot accounts. students can also challenge other students. So you can get your students to create a Kahoot account each, and they can maybe like have groups A, B, C, and D. Group A work and make a Kahoot activity. Group A can test Group C. Group C can create a Kahoot activity and test Group A. Group B can test Group D. Group D can challenge Group B, and so on and so forth. So students can actually use this to work with each other as well. And all you have to do is just to make sure that their questions are correct. You can just make sure that your job is more of a facilitator than a teacher. And once they are done, you can ask them to share those Kahoots with you, and you can recycle them for your classes next time. So that means you don't have to prepare your own Kahoots. You can get your students to prepare Kahoots for you. Okay. So with that, I think I can end here. It's already almost time. Actually, it's past time already. So maybe I can entertain one or two quick questions. If you have, you can switch on your microphones if you want. Yeah, maybe I'll just entertain one or two quick questions. Yes. Anybody? Okay, sounds like there are, looks like there are no questions. That's okay.
Mr. Kenny,
So, yes,
I
yes.
would like to ask for this Kahoot, you must have a handphone. If not, you cannot use the quiz, is it?
Yes, that's right.
If you have a
must have
laptop,
at
you
least
cannot use a laptop.
you can also use a laptop as long as you have a device where you can enter the internet, access the internet. You can also use some TVs. Some people have a smart TV.
What TVs?
You can enter the internet. You can play it on your TV if you want. You can
But
use your
how are
remote
the
control.
students going to answer the question
They
individually?
can use the remote control to answer if you use the TV. So if you assign using the mobile phone, the display will be a little bit different, where they have the screen is divided, and then you have the answer at the bottom.
Or maybe they can write it
Yeah.
inside the, because we cannot bring handphone in the school.
Yes,
so
that's
that's the
right.
limit.
I'm aware that, yes. So they can also do this at home, or they can do it at their tuition center, or whenever they have access to their mobile phone. Because like some, like many of them, they don't allow the students to bring phones into the classroom. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining my workshop. We
Thank
can
you
move
very
on to the
much.
next. Okay, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the workshops. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Dear teachers, if you have already the third link, you guys can go ahead towards the third link straight away. The session already starting. So you guys can just go ahead and click towards your third link straight away, and see you guys later at the closing later on at the fourth session later on. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny.
Hey, thanks, Cairo. Thank you so much. All right, is that all?
Yeah, that's all. That's about it. Thank you very much, Kenny.